So, hi everyone, hope all of you are doing well. So, anyways, welcome back to our new NKP session, that is NKP 13, the facts of preparation due to the change in the due to the change in the NEET PG pattern, right? So, all are worried here, all students are worried here. So, what I want to say here is no need to worry. So, now let's start the facts of preparation. The first important thing, most of the students, what they're asking is there any division of marks to each subject? The answer is no. There is no information, and it is difficult to do that because a question starts, because it is a clinical based pattern. A question start with a clinical history of dermatology, and finally they will ask what is the treatment that goes with pharmacology. And you can say the question belongs to dermatology also, pharmacology also. A question start with medicine, and finally they will ask you the causative agent. Then that goes with microbiology, right? This question goes with medicine also, microbiology also. It's very difficult to create a clear cut distinction that this question belongs to which subject, so it is not possible. So moving on to the next, do we have to prepare pre and para subjects also? Answer is the clear cut yes, you have to prepare. Like I have said, pre and para subjects are very very important to increase your performance. If you want a good clinical seat in a good government college, obviously pre and para subjects matters a lot along with the clinical subjects. There is a big difference. If you have not prepare if you do not prepare for pre and para clinical subjects, you will see a big difference in your results for sure. Moving on to the next fact, what should be the changes to include in our method of preparation now? So this is the main slide of this session. We'll spend some time here and concentrate. Very very important, what are the changes to include? Before before saying what are the changes to include here, before mentioning them, what are the problems which students are facing now? That is important. The first problem what students are facing is the change in pattern of exam. Change in pattern. Now students are worried, students are in anxiety that pattern has changed. But no need to worry, because pattern has not changed only for you. The pattern has changed for all the students. Therefore, what is the end result? The competition remains same. Before this change in pattern, what was your level? The stat. Still you are at the same level. Your stand is same. It has not fallen down. Nothing has changed except the pattern. If you have prepared well, you can do well. The second important thing, what students are worried is, sir, what about if paper will be difficult? If paper will be difficult, what to do? There are high chances that paper will be difficult, clinical based, because the time period they have not reduced, only the questions they have reduced. See, the paper won't be difficult. By chance, if the paper will be difficult, I am telling you for sure, the paper will be difficult for all, not only for you. Again, the competition remains same. See, if paper become easy, wherever you stand, if the paper is easy, if paper comes difficult, then also you will stand at the same level. Your performance will not come down, because it is happening not only for you, it is happening to all of the students. The third important what to say worry to the students is that I have not prepared for new pattern. So far I have not prepared for the new pattern. Again, obviously it's a new pattern, so nobody was knowing so far. Nobody would have prepared for the new pattern, or in the clinical pattern everybody's preparation was same till they announced this new pattern. Therefore, again, it is not only happened with you, it has happened with all of the students who are preparing for the exam. So ultimately, if you see the end result, competition remains same. Competition remains same. Very very important. Simply we are getting into the anxiety that is bringing down our performance. And once again I'm telling you, the anxiety is bringing down our performance, not due to the change in pattern, or if the paper is difficult, or not due to the new pattern, or not because you have not prepared so far for the new pattern in the new pattern method. So it's your anxiety. And once again I'm telling you, if it has changed, it has changed for everyone, guys. Everyone are on the same boat, and everyone are at the same level according to their preparation. Nothing has changed. So obviously your levels are different based on your preparation, not due to the change in the pattern of the exam, not due to the paper, not due because the paper is difficult, not because you have not prepared for the clinical pattern. If you are getting low marks, it's only because because of your preparations. If you have not done well, obviously, so if you have not prepared well so far, obviously will get less marks for the compared to those students who have prepared well. Second thing, it's the anxiety. Those who are more anxious, they are getting less marks because their performance is coming down. So do not be in anxiety, don't be anxious, and do well, prepare well, you can do well. So now, really, what should be the changes to include? Answer is there are no changes to include. Once again, I'm telling you, very important, concentrate here. No changes. Continue with the same preparation. Continue with the same preparation. And obviously, no need to change your method of preparation or whatever you are doing so far. Obviously, you have to your plan. You have to change a little bit of your plan of preparation. So there should be a change in the plan, obviously change in the plan of preparation, not a major change, just a slight change. Once again, I'm telling you, just a slight change in the plan of preparation. Otherwise, continue with the same method of preparation, what you how you are whatever you have followed so far. Just a little change in the plan, and that will get it in my NKP 14. Right, what is the change of plan? And the third important point what I want to include here is, ultimately it depends on how much hard work you have done so far and how much hard work you will do hereafter till your exams. So these are the three things. So once again, guys, I am telling you, pattern has changed. If paper is difficult, obviously everybody is telling, so nowadays I have given the recent GT, but I have got less scores because the paper was difficult. If the paper was difficult, then it was difficult for each and every student, not only for you, not only for you, right? And sir, I have not prepared so far for the new pattern. Nobody has prepared. Once again, I'm telling you, whatever changes have happened, it has happened for all the students, and all the students are on the same boat, they are at the same level. If the levels are different, if somebody is doing well and if you're not doing well, that is completely depends on how you have prepared so far, and ultimately your final result will depend on how you will prepare hereafter till your exams. So continue with the same preparation, just with change in plan. Ultimately, I'm telling you, it is the hard work what matters. It is the hard work what matters, right? And anxiety is the main culprit now. Anxiety, if you learn yourselves to stay calm, that nothing has changed other than pattern. My preparation, it has no need to change in my preparation, and whatever I have read so far, it's fine. My hard work, it will not go waste for sure. It will not go waste for sure. And it's the anxiety which is bringing down my performance. And if I stay calm, if I start doing the hard work, still I can do well. There is nothing great change which you have to which I have to include in my preparation, right? So this is the main thing what I wanted to tell here in this session. Anyways, moving on to the next fact, what are the subjects which are important now due to change in pattern? Once again, I'm telling you guys, all the 19 subjects are important. Each and every subject is important to get a very good rank. But obviously, now there is some order of or there is a order to follow, and that order you will get in my NKP. That order you will get in my NKP 14. Follow my NKP 14, so you will get my revision advanced plan. So is it enough to read the notes? And once again, most of the students are asking, sir, pattern has changed. The clinical pattern will come. Is it enough to read the notes? Once again, I am telling you, notes is the core step. I'm not telling notes is everything, but notes is the core step. Whether it is old pattern of NEET or upcoming pattern of NEET or next or INICET, whatever may be the exam, notes is the core step. If you are not doing the core step, then you are not in the competition. You are not in the competition. So obviously you have to read the notes only, nothing else. If you're not perfect with the notes, you're not going to do well in the exam. Sir, what about solving more and more number of clinical questions now? Do we need to solve clinical questions now? Answer is yes. You have to solve the clinical questions. There is no doubt in that. But how much time to spend in solving those questions, that depends on how well you are with the class notes. If you have read very well with the class. If if you have read very well the class notes, now you are very confident with your class notes, then you can spend more time in solving the clinical based question. But sir, I have not prepared well with the class notes, I am not confident, I don't remember anything from the class notes, right? I have not read very well, I have not developed that confidence. Then obviously you should not spend more time in solving clinical based question, less time is enough, right? See, there are two things. One thing is, always remember, core step is the notes. Once you're perfect with the notes, now you have to come to the questions. But obviously, while solving the notes, while reading the notes, I'm not telling you not to solve the questions. If you are, see, there are two scenarios. There are two scenarios here. If you are not very well with the notes, if you are not very well with the notes, spend 90% of the time with reading notes and 10% in solving questions. 10% in solving questions, right? Eight, you can keep 80 to 90% and 10 to 20%, right? 10 to 20% in solving questions. 18 to 90% of the time you have to spend with the notes, 10 to 20% in solving questions. Sir, I have prepared very well with the notes, I have the confidence in whatever comes in from the notes, I'm ready to answer, I'm able to answer, I have that capability, I have read very well, I remember most of the things. Now it's the time for you to spend 50% of the time with the notes and 50% of the time in solving questions. Now you can spend more time in solving questions. I'm not telling 100%. Even if you are perfect with the notes, reading notes is very important along with the notes, but you can spend more time in solving questions. But if you're not perfect with the notes, don't spend more time in solving questions, because notes is the core step. At the same time, I'm not telling not to solve questions. You can solve 10 to 20%. You can spend time 10 to 20% of the time in solving questions. Hope you have understood. You hope you have got the idea. No confusion here, because most of the students, what I have seen now, because in the anxiety the pattern has changed, even though they are not very well with the notes, they are solving more and more number of questions, they're spending time in solving more and more number of questions. See, I'm not telling solving more and more number of questions it will not benefit you, I'm not telling that. See, consider two possibilities. The first possibility, sir, I am not very well with the notes, I am solving more and more number of clinical questions. Second possibility, sir, I am not very well with the notes, but I'm reading, I'm spending time in reading notes and less time in solving questions. So two group of people, both the students, they have not read very well, they are not very well with the notes, they have not read very well the notes, they have not read very well, and they're not very well with the notes, they don't remember much from the notes. But this guy now spending less time in reading notes, solving more time in solving questions. This guy is spending more time in reading notes and spending less time in solving questions. So both the things are beneficial, but did this thing, reading more, spending time in reading notes, more time in reading notes, less time in solving questions, benefits a lot, it's more beneficial compared to this. I'm not telling this is not beneficial. You should able to know which is more beneficial at this time. Each and everything is beneficial at this time, each and everything is beneficial. Sir, I want to read that, yes, important, I want to read that, important, I want to read that, important. But what is more beneficial for you at this point of time, you have to read more that, right? Anyways, moving on to the next question. Sir, I have not prepared very well so far, can I still do well? 100% yes, I am not giving you the false confidence. 100% yes, I am not giving you the false confidence. You can do very well even if you start from now. Just follow the nkp 14. Then how to reduce wrong answers, how to avoid, this is the most commonly asked question, how to reduce wrong answers. See, there is no shortcuts to reduce wrong answers, remember this, no shortcuts. Only thing which can reduce wrong answers is increase right answers. If you increase your right answers, then your wrong answers automatically come down. Sir, your answer seems to be silly, right? It's feel like my answer is silly here, increase the right answer, wrong answers will come down. Obviously, if even if you feel the answer is silly, but that is the right answer. If you increase the right answers, then only your wrong answers will come down. There is no methods to decrease wrong answer. Now, how to increase right answers, how to increase right answers, for that I can tell you, revisions. If you have revised properly so far, then your right answers will be more. If you have revised more number of times, then your right answers will be more. So revisions completely depends on how the hard work what you have done so far. If you have done the hard work very well, then obviously your revisions are good. If you have not done the hard work very well so far, your revisions are not that good, right? Second important point, how to increase the right answers, is staying calm. I am telling you, anxiety is the one which is bringing down your performance, which is increasing your wrong answers. Because of the change in pattern, you are worried, you are in a you have become anxious, and you are in the anxiety, which are reducing which are which is increasing your wrong answers. So get out of that anxiety, stay calm, don't worry. Everybody is in the same situation, and competition is still the same for each and everyone, even for you. So stay calm. And the proper approach to the clinical question, right? Now clinical questions means there will be a paragraph of question, 5 to 8 lines of question. Now you need to know how to approach a clinical based question. So these are the three things, and that you will get in my NKP 15. And these are the three things which helps you in increasing right answers, which helps you in reducing the wrong answers, no shortcuts. See, most of the students, they will ask me, sir, I will reduce the number of questions. If you reduce the number of questions, then what will happen? Number of wrong answers will come. If you reduce answering number of questions, number of wrong answers will come down, but at that same time number of right answers are also coming down. If one wrong answer comes down, you have saved 1 mark. If one right answer comes down, you have lost 4 marks. That's why reducing number of questions attempting is not a wise idea. It is not a wise idea. 100%, I'm telling you, you have to answer at least 85 to 90% of the questions. Out of 200 questions, according to me, you have to answer 185 to 190 questions. Out of 200 questions, you have to attempt 185 to 190 questions. If you reduce the number of questions which you are attempting, then 100% number of wrong answers will come down, but along with that number of right answers will come down. See, there are few students who have attempted less, but still they have got good marks. There are few students who have attempted less, but they have got good marks. But I'm telling you, very less number of students. Those are exceptions. Considering those students, you cannot say that I want to reduce the number of questions. If you consider the majority of the junk, 95% of the students, when they reduce the number of questions to be attempted, so what will happen? Their performance will come down if they reduce the number of questions to answer, right? Keep this target. You have to answer 185 to 190 questions. 185 to 190 questions. And obviously, sir, what about if 140 if 140 is right, and 45 to 50 will be wrong? I know that 45 to 50 will be wrong, but if you reduce, then what will happen? Like I said, wrong answers will come down, right answers will also come down. So 140 will become 130. That's why I think this is the ideal number of questions to attempt. So to reduce wrong answers, once again I'm telling you, increase the right answers. How to increase right answers? The hard work which helps you in revision, staying calm, and proper approach to the clinical based question. Then, sir, I have read, but I do not remember. That's a normal phenomenon. First of all, now you are in anxiety, right? If you try to remember, nothing will come into your mind. You have read and you do not remember. That again, it happens with each and everyone. No need to worry. Again, what is the key? The key is again the hard work. Increase the number of revisions. Again, the key is hard work and increase the number of revisions. Then you will remember. There is no shortcut to remember. Also, you have number of revisions will increase your memory, right? So that is the hard work you have to put. No need to worry if you feel that you do not remember anything. No need to worry. You have to worry if you are not doing the hard work, right? Sir, few things in each subject are untouched so far. Okay, that's fine. This is not the right time to read new things. So whatever you have read, revise that. Revise that. Even after that you have time, you can touch these topics, but don't start with the topics which you have not touched so far. First revise with those topics which you have read so far. After that, if you have time, then you have to go with those topics which you are not touched so far in each and every subject, right? Okay, fine. Next, sir, I got very less score in the recent new pattern of grand test. What to do? No need to worry, right? Improve your performance in the next GT. This GT nobody has scored well. because first of all the question paper was difficult, clinical based question. This is the first time you are giving 200 questions in the 3 hours, 3.5 hours time. So and you are in the anxiety of change in pattern, everything, and obviously everybody's performance is down in this GT. No need to worry. Like I said, come out of the anxiety, stay calm. If you stay calm, if you come out of the anxiety, automatically your performance will increase, and ultimately your performance depends on your hard work. Once again, I'm telling you how much hard work you have done so far and how much hard work you're going to do further. Based on this, your performance is dependent. It's not like it will your performance will get hampered due to the change in pattern. It's not possible. So how to increase my performance? Any tips which increase my chance of getting a seat? I can tell you 3 points. So do not hurry to finish your revision. Once again, I'm telling you, do not hurry to finish your revision. Very, very important point. So now what you will do, you will, if you start your third revision, now you have 1.5 months, the last revision, what you will do, sir, only 45 days are remaining to finish all the 19 subjects. I have to hurry. I have to hurry. Everybody will be in a hurry to finish the revision. But I'm telling you, do not hurry to finish the revision. Sir, if I do not hurry, then I cannot finish all the 19 subjects in 1.5 months. That's okay, fine. Now there are two possibilities. One possibility is, sir, one student is hurrying up and finishing all the 19 subjects, finishing the revision in this 1.5 months, what is remaining. Another student, he is not hurrying up, he is going slowly. He is going slowly, reading well, but if he goes like this, he is not able to finish all the 19 subjects in these 45 days. Few subjects will be left over. 4 to 5 subjects will be left over. Okay, two types of students. The one first type of student, he is finishing all the 19 subjects. The quantity he has completed. But if you hurry in finishing all the 19 subjects, obviously your quality will come down. Quality of revision, right? The things what you have understood, the things to remember, that will come down. If you go calmly, quietly, right? If you do not hurry, then quality is good, but ultimately you have to compromise on quantity. 4 to 5 subjects you are not able to touch in the last, what to do? So most of the students, 99% of the students all over India, everybody is in matlab, anxiety and tension. Everybody will hurry to finish all the 19 subjects, but I am telling you, this category of students are better, do better than this category. Do not compromise on the quality, even if you have to compromise on the quantity. Do not compromise on the quality, even you have to compromise on the quantity. Not a major quantity, a less number of quantity, right? If you have to compromise on 3 to 4 subjects in the last, you are not getting time, that's okay, but quality is important. If you hurry and if you finish all the 19 subjects and if your quality is not good, if you do not remember much, then what is the use of finishing the subjects? The only thing that you have, one peaceful of mind, that I have finished the revision, I have completed all the 19 subjects. But the problem with this kind is, so there are high chances that the student may develop anxiety that my quality is good, but I'm not able to finish all the subjects. I'm not able to finish all the subjects. What if more number of questions come from those subjects which I leave, or which I'm not able to cover in the last? So the anxiety will be there. If you're able to control your anxiety, then better to go with a quality revision, even if you have to compromise on the quantity, and follow the pattern like in my revision advanced, which is in the NKP 14. By chance, if you're compromising with the quantity, what are the subjects on which you can compromise? See, you can compromise on the subjects because it's not like for the first time you're reading. You have attended the classes for all the 19 subjects, you have written down the notes, you have read once, and then you have revised twice all the subjects. Then now at the end, 3 to 4 subjects, if you're not able to give the last revision, it's okay, fine. It's okay, fine. But 14 to 15, if you have given quality revision, that is very important. 19 subjects finished, quality is not good, then I don't think this will work better compared to this. This will also work, but this student can do very well with this student, those who will maintain quality in the revision. Second point I told, stay calm, do not get into anxiety. Anxiety 100% will bring down your performance. Don't worry. If you have done your hard work, and that you will get what you deserve. You will get what you deserve, and you will get what you deserve for sure. And don't worry, your hard work will never go waste. And then follow the revision advanced, that is in the NKP 14. If you follow these three things, I can tell you, these three things will increase your performance, and it will increase your chances of getting a good PG seat in a good government college. So what next? So the next is watch NKP 14 with these guys. Stay calm, don't be anxious. The competition is same for each and everyone. Nothing has changed for you, just pattern has changed. Method of preparation has not changed, just a little change in the plan. Otherwise everything is going good. Prepare well, do the hard work, give your best. That is what brings change. That's what brings change in your performance. If you have to increase your performance, do the hard work, stay calm. With that, thank you.